Hello and welcome to this new episode inspired by fascinating ESP Capstone Project 2 titled Needs Analysis Report and Syllabus Design, under the guidance of Mr. Otumzabet and conducted by Hasiba Busa, Ahlam Dawood, Iman Larjan and myself Nasima Shwib at Abderrahmane Mira University of Bejaia 2024-2025. In this study, the team analyzed the linguistic needs of fourth-year medical students to design a practical English for medical purposes or EMP programming in Algeria. Whether you're a student educator or simply interested in medical education, this episode is for you. So let's get started. The objectives of this project are discussing the research methodology used in the project including limitations, presenting the findings of the needs analysis, analyzing the implications on syllable design and suggest a syllabus, and finally make recommendations for further research. Now let's shift our focus to the purpose of the study. For medical students, mastering English is more than just a skill. It's a gateway to their careers. So all our focus is on identifying the most needed skills for medical students, evaluating current skills challenges and student preferences, understanding gaps and requirements for medical English, and finally develop a tailored syllabus for academic and professional success. Now turning to the research questions. Our study was mainly based on 5 questions. What do fourth-year medical students need to focus on? That's the language focus area. Which skills do they currently possess and where do they need improvement? It's the current skills and gap. How often do they practice necessary tasks or frequency of EMP use? How crucial are these tasks for their education, the importance of EMP tasks, and at last, which curriculum is the most suitable for fourth-year medical students or the suitable syllabus? Now, let me walk you through how we conducted the research. A structured questionnaire has been distributed to 55 fourth-year medical students from Section 1 at Bejaia University. However, the process wasn't without challenges. A university stride disrupted data collection and some students were uncomfortable answering English language questionnaire. Despite these hurdles, we gathered valuable insights. To follow up on that, we designed a qualitative-quantitative questionnaire with a mix of open-ended questions, multiple choice and Likert scale responses. It was distributed online via Messenger to make participation convenient and anonymous, data encoded into Excel and then visualized using graphs. And this brings us to discuss the findings. First, let's take a closer look at the demographics and linguistic background of our participants. The majority of participants, 65%, are 21 years old, aligning with the typical age of fourth-year medical students. The sample is predominantly female, with 82 identifying as women. Tamazight is the dominant mother tongue by 71%, followed by Arabic 24%, showcasing the linguistic diversity of the region. Most participants, 75%, have studied English for 7 years, though recent training varies significantly. with gaps as long as 5 to 8 years reported. Figure 5 shows that 47% of students have attended English language training, while 53% have never participated in any English class, indicating a near equal split. Figure 6 highlights that the most common periods since last training were 1 and 3 years ago, each representing 18% of students. Other responses vary, with smaller groups reporting gaps of 2 to 8 years since their last language training. Figure 7 indicates that 59% of students have an intermediate level of English, 24% are at an advanced level, and 18% are beginners, reflecting a majority with functional proficiency and a smaller group at the basic stage. Figure 8 noticeably medical students prioritize tasks such as explaining treatment options, understanding abbreviations, and communicating during emergencies as highly important, with presenting patient cases and interpreting medical research also rated significant. Continuing with Figure 9, while most students are confident in writing patient notes and using specialized vocabulary, they struggle with emergency communication and attending online conferences. In Figure 10, students express strong interest in improving skills like interpreting medical research, understanding abbreviations, and explaining treatment options, reflecting clear priorities for targeted learning. As we can see in Figure 11, students prefer presentations, role-play scenarios, and case study analysis as their top classroom activities, while group discussions and writing workshops are less favored. Figure 12 reveals that real-world case studies and video tutorials are the most preferred learning resources, with online software being the least popular. So, what do these findings imply? The study reveals a clear gap between what students need and what current English programs offer. Based on the results, here are some recommendations. Focus on clinical communication. EMP programs should prioritize skills like patient interviews and emergency scenarios, which students found challenging. Interactive learning approaches incorporate role-playing, case studies, and simulations to help students practice real-world situations in a safe environment. Practical resources to raise student interest and boost engagement. Use tools like video tutorials and virtual conferences to make learning accessible and engaging. Learning resources integrations. English courses should address specific gaps while aligning with student interests, such as idle word case studies, online conferences, and video tutorials. To address these gaps, further research are definitely required. The broader impact of this project extends beyond Bejaia University. It highlights the importance of aligning language education with real-world demands, particularly in Algeria. By equipping students with the right tool, we are not only helping them succeed academically, but also preparing them for the global healthcare landscape. Future research should focus on exploring innovative teaching methods, such as integrating technology and aligning EMP programs with international standards to give students a competitive edge. In conclusion, effective English programs are about more than just language. They are about empowerment. By addressing gaps in clinical communication, leveraging interactive methods, and tailoring resources to students' needs, we can prepare the next Algerian generation of medical professionals for success. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with anyone passionate about medical education or language learning. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.